everybody. My name is Mary Frost, and it's another episode of the Mr. Phil Show. I think by now you guys are starting to get to know me because it's almost been one whole year for me to be doing this with Phil, and let me tell you, I've been having a blast. And Phil and I have become the best of friends, and right now I would like to bring my best friend out so that we can talk and tell you what's been going on lately. And I would like to have Mr. Phil, please, can you come out and say hi to everybody and
Phil's over there.
give me a hug, man.
Hey, baby.
How are you?
Hey, Mary.
How you doing today?
All right.
A seat. So, has anything exciting been going on this week?
Well, okay, this is for the viewers. I got
Yes.
word from our president, Mr. Carl Richards, that we're going to be planning our fall telethon. We haven't set a date yet.
Okay,
We will be
good.
setting that at a meeting here in October, and then we'll give you the dates. But
Right.
we just want you to know that it's not too early. You can start sending in donations to us.
That's true. We will take donations any time of the year. If you want to send us something, at any time. The address is usually up on,
Yeah.
on the board, on the,
Right, well, I'll give you the
on the
address. It's,
camera.
you make out the checks to Access 23 TV, and you send it to Access 28, Access 23 TV, and that's box number 321, Port Jervis, New York, 12771.
Okay.
So you could start doing it now, and or you could always bring it down to one of the live shows, which
Yes.
we do on Friday nights at 8 o'clock. We're down here by 7, and Carl Richards does on Thursday night.
Right.
He's his show is 9 o'clock, so he's down here, by 8. So you could do it either way. So this way, when we do the telethon, we could start knowing that we're already ahead of the
We're
game.
already ahead, yeah. It
Okay,
would be
so-
really nice to have numbers to already put up to open our telethon with this year. Last year we didn't do too bad. We're gonna try to get our telethon on when it's a little more convenient for people to be able to see it. This year we're hoping to stream live so
Yes.
that our viewers that are in the city and our viewers that are in the other Westchester areas and the lower Hudson Valley
Yeah,
will be able to
right,
see and contribute and even call in
right.
if they want
Yeah,
to call
because
in.
we'll give all that information, but because we're not only broadcasting in the Port Jervis area, but all these other areas that we're broadcasting from. So you're getting the same shows, and it all comes out of here. So that's why we were asking everybody, not just our Port Jervis viewers. We would like everybody to be able to send in a donation from any of the areas, because it takes a lot to put on these shows, a lot
Yes.
of equipment and stuff, and we are lucky to have a building like this, a studio like this.
Yes, in case anybody doesn't know, that the building that we're in now, where our studio is, we actually have 5 or 6 different sets here. We're able to move cameras around. We do shoot other TV shows from this. Everything is volunteer. Anybody that does anything on the shows, they're all just they're giving their time. This is their give back time. Phil and I, we're doing this. This is just something that we do for the community. When we bring talent on, it's because we want to help and we want to put their faces out there, and we really, really want to get people to know who they are. And one of the things I'd like to ask, and I keep putting it up every week, it's up. My email address, that is my personal email, and if you have any ideas or any comments or any opinions or just want to share something happy that you would love to hear me or Phil announce over the air, just send me a note, and I'll get back to you with it. I will answer you. It's absolutely not a problem. I will love to answer you. I would love to start getting some emails. And I would also, we've been trying to start an over 90s club, which is our birthday party or birthday celebrations for anyone that's hit that 90-year-old mark. If you hit that 90-year-old mark and you're still a viewer, or someone knows somebody that might be a viewer, we would love to be able to say hi to them on the air and put their name out there and let people know. I mean, I think that's a great mark to
Right.
do. I'm kind of, taking my lead from Al Roper, and he started with the 100. Was it Al Roper started at 100, or was it the other guy? But yeah, they do 100. I think 90 is important because getting from 90 to 100, that's
Yes.
when you're a child, you think from 0 to 10 is really not a big deal.
Right.
But when you think from 90 to 100, that's a very long 10 years, a lot longer than a child going from a baby to 10 years old,
Yeah, right.
isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So, for us, it becomes timeless.
Yes.
I think people become timeless at a certain age.
Right.
I mean, geez, Phil and I were like the same age. It doesn't even matter, We're not the same age, but we technically we know the same things, and we talk to each other like we are on the same, at the same age, and after you get to be an adult, of course.
Yeah. I mean, the funniest thing was when I was working this show back in the early years, I worked with some very young co-hosts.
Right.
Back between 99 and 2000, I had a co-host that was 15 years old.
Right, so you had generational differences.
Yes, and I want to tell you something. She was good. She was a hustler. This girl learned the control room. She could put a show on if she had to.
That would be
She knew
excellent.
cameras.
Excellent
She
thing.
could sing, get up there and sing. She could interview. She did everything. I mean, for a 15-year-old,
Wow.
I mean,
Unbelievable.
she was really remarkable.
That's great.
And then I had another one who was at the time 17 years old, back in 2002 to 2003. And this girl, her father was a radio DJ.
Okay.
And this girl and her father interviewed presidents of the United States.
Wow.
I mean, and she,
That's nice.
and she was a great singer. If I didn't have shows at that time, we were only in Port Jervis. She could do the whole show singing. And she's the only one, it was only twice in the whole history that somebody did a show without me when I couldn't make it, and she was one of them. She brought her own guests and did it all by herself.
Wonderful.
Yeah.
It's an educational experience as well. So, and our studio is also open to the public. Anytime we're taping, anybody wants to come down and watch. You're welcome to come in, sit down, have a seat, come watch the show.
Yeah.
And come and meet us. We love to meet people. And
Right.
when people come up to us and say, "Hey, I saw you on TV."
Yes,
We love that.
Yeah, we love that's happened in Manhattan to us.
Yes, it has. People come into the store that I work in, and oh yeah, I did get to see your TV show, and I heard you singing, and we get a kick out of that.
Right.
So I think you would get a kick out of it because, just getting to know somebody on a personal level before they get to a big level.
Right.
And hopefully one of these days, Phil and I are going to be just like all over TV.
Yeah.
That's the plan, but it's always that's everybody's plan.
We're getting there, though.
We are getting there.
Yeah,
we're getting some attention from quite a few people.
Yes.
And we have this show that we do. We also co-host with our friend Carl Richards his radio He's got a radio blog.
Yeah, internet program.
It's internet program. He plays some music when we talk and a little bit of that. That one's very short. It's just a half an hour. But it might be something you might be interested in checking out one of these days.
Right.
It's Blog Talk Radio.
Yes.
I don't know the specifics on how to get into it. I just know that I call in and I have a great time with my two buddies on the phone, and we get to listen to some great music.
Yes. And
some local
somebody
talent.
plays my music too.
Yes, he does. As a matter of fact, tonight, I think we're going to be doing a few of our songs. Phil's going to do a couple of songs for you.
Yeah.
I'm going to do at least one.
Yeah.
And then we have a very nice young woman that's going to come and sing for us. And her name is Danielle. And we're going to have her come over and we're going to talk to her, find out what she's been doing and how she's been getting into the business and what kind of things she's been doing in the business. Because we want everybody to see that. We want people to know, and this is what we're here for.
Right. And with Mary, one thing different between Mary and any of the other co-hosts that we've had here, Mary's job doesn't end here on Friday night.
No, I'm constantly.
Constantly.
The show is always on my conscience, always
Yes.
on my mind.
We go to places to get talent, and
Yes.
you know, Mary's learned how to be a talent judge now. I've learned things from her, and I've learned that it's not the quantity of what we get, it's the quality.
Yes.
And I've learned, you know, how to get the talent, because there's been times where we go into these places and she'll say, no, not quite ready yet.
Yeah.
And she'll tell me why. There's no stage presence or whatever it is, you know, just like she's a judge, just like, believe it or not, you would see on American Idol or The Voice. She's got all those tactics, and I mean, she's really great at it, where she'll say, now right now, I think that they need a little more of this, that, and, you know, and explain it and all that, and other people she'll say, ready to go, you know. So we're going out looking for talent for this show, and this is something that's never been done. It's always been in my hands all the time.
Right, and taking it off of his hands gives him a chance to scout around and gives me a chance to take notes, and then we decide. We just recently went to a mixer that was for different acts to come up and say what they do and show us what they do and to perform. And, you know, a few of them we actually booked for the show because, you know, they seemed okay, they're ready. We want to put them on the show and we want to give them a boost, which is what we're hoping will help with Danielle. Now, Danielle came to us tonight from Gene Falcarelli, who runs an open mic night at the Noble Roasters Coffee House in, in Greenville?
Yeah.
It's in Greenville.
In Greenville, it's actually, where is it? Outside of Goshen.
Outside of Goshen.
Yeah, it's outside of Goshen.
Right. And, you know, we like to go there too and even pick up people that are just playing for an open mic night. Even if they're not looking to get famous, just to have the fun of being able to say, hey, look, I did this and I got on TV.
Right.
You know, it's fun. It's just a fun thing to do. And, you know, also you could take this and it'll become an audition tape for you. You can always show somebody.
Yes,
what
that's
you've
right.
done.
Because for another fundraiser we do, anybody who's on the show, or this goes for you people outside too, you could request to purchase copies of the show, DVD copy, the complete show you're seeing for only $10.
That's right.
So the families usually get it, and the people who are doing the shows. But you could get it too. It's available to you too out there. If you like our shows, you could do that too.
Absolutely. That's again where my email address comes in very handy. Send me a note. You know, I loved that episode. I would love to have a copy of that episode, and we can make that happen.
Yeah, we can make that happen.
We can make that happen.
Yes.
So, now, the stuff that we want to try to sing tonight, that you want to sing.
Okay.
What songs are you going to sing? And our friend Carl Richards writes the songs.
Right. Like tonight, you know, you're going to do Teardrop Party, but I'm going to do something public domain tonight.
Great.
Because when once upon a time, when I came into the business, back in the mid-90s, I was known as the Jerry Lewis lookalike,
Yes.
and
I saw that right away and when I first met him too.
yeah. So, and it really did things for me. I mean, I got on an MTV show because of that, and what they did was they had me sing his closing song that he used to do on a telethon, You'll Never Walk Alone, to compare.
Well, okay, so why don't we have you get up? Are you gonna go over there?
Yes,
I think
I'm
you should
gonna go over there and-
Go over there. Get yourself set up. Get ready to sing us that song.
Okay.
And did you have a second one you wanted to
Yeah, I
do?
have 2 songs I'm going to do.
Okay, so we're gonna do.
Smile and Rockabye Your Baby. They're all on the same disc. First I'm going to do Smile and it's automatically go into the others. Smile was the theme song of his telethon and the theme song of all his shows, by the way. That was his signature song. Rockabye Your Baby with a Dixie melody. He used to sing that on his shows and on his telethon with the late Sammy Davis Jr.
Oh,
He used to
yes.
like to do all the Al Jolson stuff.
Mm-hmm.
But Jerry Lewis had his own way of doing it.
Very-
And you knew
very
back
unique
then
style.
it was Labor Day when he would
That's
get out
right.
there and do it, you know. I mean, that had a flavor to it.
That's right. Yeah. Yeah. My dad and I used to watch all the time. We'd see how long we could sit up and watch the telethon. And if Jerry can do it for 24 hours and be on TV the whole time, how long can we stay up? You know.
There used to be posters, billboards that used to say, "Stay up with Jerry and watch the stars come out." Labor Day
Yes.
weekend. It
Yes.
used to be all over Route 17 and everything. I mean, remember that?
Yeah, I remember.
That was his favorite, and they used to have that. So stay up with Jerry and watch the stars come out.
So hopefully the songs that he's gonna do tonight are gonna bring back some happy memories for a lot of you.
Yes.
And if not, hopefully they're gonna help you make new memories and
Yes.
you know, things that you're gonna say, oh, I know I knew that song, and start asking around, and I bet you people that you know have heard these songs.
Yes. So
Well, I'm gonna
get up
have
and
you
do it
get up.
now.
That's right.
Yes.
Thank you very much.
Okay, folks. Smile, though your heart is aching. Smile, even though it's breaking. When there are clouds in the sky, you'll get by. If you smile through your fear and sorrow, smile and maybe tomorrow you'll see the sun come shining through for you. Light up your face with gladness, hide every trace of sadness. Although a tear may be ever so near, that's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. That's the time you must keep on trying. Smile, what's the use of crying? You'll find that life is still worthwhile if you just smile. change it into his voice. I'm going to do this next song. Rockabye your baby with a Dixie melody. When you croon a tune to the heart of Dixie, yeah. Just clean your cradle, mommy, mine, right down the Mason-Dixon line. I swing it from Virginia to Tennessee with all the love that's in ya. Weep no more, my lady, sing that song again for me. And old Joe, just as though you had me on your knee. A million baby kisses I'll deliver the minute that you sing that Swanee River. Rock-a-bye, your rock-a-bye baby with a Dixie melody. Weep no more, my lady, sing that song again for me. And oh, Joe, just as though you had me on your knee. A million baby kisses I'll deliver the minute that you sing that Swanee River. Rock-a-bye, your rock-a-bye baby with a Dixie melody. Hey, lady. Thank you.
Telethon and the times of you doing your own telethon.
Yeah, right. Because I've done this on my own.
He's done this on his own telethon.
Yes,
yeah.
and you know what's something? Don't think that this is done because I'm imitating him. If you know, you've been with me for the first time. At the end of the telethon, I'll always close with "You'll Never Walk Alone," and I've been doing that for now 22 years. On every telethon, I've always closed with "You'll Never Walk Alone," but I've never done it because he's doing it. I've always done it because I have my own personal reasons as a great closing song for my friends and fans and all that stuff. It just happens to be the same song.
Right.
But,
Right.
you know, it's...
But it means so much to so many different people on different levels. So I think
Yes.
it really comes through.
Okay.
I think it's going to be my turn.
Yes, it's your turn.
I have a song. Our friend, like I said, Carl Richards, he writes our songs for us. He has been wanting me to do this song. And Carl, this is for you. I learned the song. We're going to see how it goes out tonight. And then when we're done, just in case it's really bad, we're going to bring Danielle in, and we're going to start talking to her, and then you can forget all about what I did. Okay, so let's hope this goes good. Everybody give
Okay.
give me.
All right, good wishes. You're doing my song now.
Yes, this is
Yeah.
one of Bill's songs. Okay, now I do have paper in my hand because I have really, literally just learned this song. It's a lot of fun, else thinks of it. I think it's a lot of fun. Do you want to cue it up, Pete? This song is called Teardrop Party. I think we'll let Danielle sit in the middle so we can talk
Yeah.
to her together. Danielle, would
Come
you
on
like to
up.
please come over and... I don't know what you thought of my song, but, you know,
Thank you.
I kind of
Wonderful.
drop out on some of the words.
Thanks.
All right, so now, what is your last name again?
Puleo.
Puleo. I wanted to make sure it was right. That's why I didn't say it before.
Yeah.
Okay. And now Danielle came to us through Gene Falcarelli,
Yes.
who is another friend of ours who gets us other talent for our show. Yeah, he's a really nice guy, right?
Oh, he's
And
wonderful.
So sweet.
Definitely.
And, he definitely sends us some of the best singers. So I'm real excited to have you here and to be able to see what you're going to do for us
Thank
tonight.
you.
And I'm hoping that people around the area are going to be excited too.
Yes, we've always had good ones, and I want to say, Gene's people have really done a lot of good things that have come here.
they've come through. Right.
We've
So
had
this is a good start. This is a real nice start for you.
Yeah, I'm very excited to be here.
Now, how many times have you played publicly? Do you know that you have some kind of an idea?
You know, I don't know because ever since I was young, like around 13, I started to play at Cafe La Mode. They've had that open mic for
Right,
years.
they have an open mic night.
So yeah, I try to go as often as I can. They do it every Friday.
Okay.
Yeah.
How long have you been? You told me before that you've been writing your own songs.
Yes.
All right. How long have you been writing your? That's something that my husband keeps trying to get me to write lyrics.
Right.
He writes the music. He's waiting for me to do the lyrics, which I write poetry, and I just can't seem to.
Yeah.
All right. So
To
you're
make it-
getting,
yeah.
you're mixing it up, and you're actually getting the whole thing.
Mhm.
And at a young age, and it just baffles me because I still can't figure that out.
Aw.
What was the youngest that you put out that you wrote a song? How old were you?
I would say, well, I've been playing guitar since I was 10. And I think I started to write music around 14, 15. So
Really?
around when I got into high school.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because I love
Alright.
poetry, like you said, and I loved writing poetry, and I loved English classes. So it just started to combine, I think.
All right. So when you're writing your poetry, do you hear a melody in your head as you're writing, or do you hear a melody first and then say, "Ooh, I can think of words that go with that"?
I think I hear the melody first. And I say, well, this will
okay.
fit here, this will fit there. Yeah.
Because I've never really asked anybody that, but you know, it's something that I do think of when
Yeah.
I'm listening and my husband's writing, and I think it's very interesting
Right.
Yeah.
to be doing this. Now, has there been any other appearances besides just the coffee house or anything like that you've been able to do?
Yeah, well, my junior year of high school, I sang at Carnegie Hall with the choir.
Wow.
Yeah, it was so nice.
Wonderful.
Yeah, it was a
Folks,
choir, but
folks.
Carnegie
Right?
Hall. I mean,
Yeah, Carnegie Hall,
these
folks.
feet have walked across Carnegie
Is this-
Hall.
yeah, it was amazing. It was with the National Sacred Honors Choir, and I got in contact with the director through NISMA, which is what my choir in high school did.
Okay.
It's like a musical convention for high school students.
Oh,
For your
wow.
choir in school, did you have to try out, or was it just one of those everybody kind of comes and then they learn as they go? Or
Yeah, mixed choir in high school, which I did my freshman year, is just anyone can join. If you love music, you could join.
right.
Then I auditioned for a women's choir and Meister Singers.
Oh, great! And you got into both.
Yes,
Yeah.
yeah, I did both in high
Oh
school.
wow! You
Wow,
must
that's
be
great. Oh, it
was
very,
wonderful.
Very talented.
Yeah.
I love doing that kind of stuff.
Did you ever think of trying out for any of the major shows like formerly American Idol and The Voice or America's Got Talent?
Those kinds of
Yeah,
things.
I mean, I thought about it, but I always saw like American Idol as like just a vocalist, not as like a songwriting
Right.
competition. So I never really
Okay.
got around to that.
Yeah, I don't think they really have right now. That's actually one thing they probably could use on TV is a show that is for people that want to go out with their own music.
Yeah, some original
And
stuff.
let's see people not do covers. That would be kind
Right.
of cool.
You know, because that's something that Mary and I have been talking about with this show to see what we could do with this show for for songwriters and for things that they don't have.
Yeah, there's
Um,
not really an outlet for songwriters.
Right, and to be able to get your face out there on TV, I mean, I can't guarantee you 1 million viewers. Nobody can.
Right.
But the idea that this is another platform for you
Yeah.
to be able to use, and we're so excited that you're gonna be able to do your own live songs, and that's what we do lately.
Yeah.
This is our thing. We went from Phil's show used to be a karaoke show.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, when it was only
Okay.
local in Port Jervis. Yep.
Yes.
And then once we expanded,
Yeah,
they no longer could do that
Yeah.
type of.
so
type
that
of
was the
show.
agreement to expand. We had to go that way. In fact,
go live.
what was really something, we were told years before that by authorities from the station, it would be a good idea to do that because even with any of the cover songs, you never could tell when somebody could make a fuss or something like that. So
Oh,
we
yeah.
were told years ago, but I didn't know it could be so easy. And when we start to make the transition,
Uh-huh.
it was easier to get people with songwriting and originals than it was the karaoke singers.
Nice.
Plus, we were getting good talent on it because our former co-host was an opera singer,
Oh,
very,
wow.
very fussy, who sang in Carnegie Hall, Lincoln Center Philharmonic, and she monitored everybody.
Okay.
And what was really something, and she was very, very tough. In the 5 years that we were doing that she was here, only once did she ever say something about one of the singers. She said he was okay, but I think he needs a lot more practice. But when we were doing cover music, she was never happy with like 90% of them that we
Okay.
used to get from the
Yeah.
clubs and stuff like that. So I'm saying, so even our former co-host, Lori, who was a perfectionist, was happy with the shows the way they were running.
Right. Well, they say you can never beat the original. You can never
Well,
do better
that's
than
the
that.
thing, and I think people are happier doing their own original work, and you can put so much more of yourself into something that you created.
Yes.
It's very personal. Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. Now, what did your parents? I mean, what was their response? When did you first come to them and say, "Hey, look, I can do this," and give them your first song?
Ooh.
I just can't imagine.
I don't really remember.
Really?
I think, yeah, because my parents are also kind of musical. Like my dad played the guitar. That's how I
Okay.
first I saw the guitar and I was like, I want to learn that. He's like, oh, it's
Great.
mine.
So you have a musical family.
Yeah.
Yeah,
mhm.
good.
Yeah, I have
That's
uncles
great.
that play the guitar. Yeah. My
Ah.
grandmother sings.
Oh.
That's
Yeah.
terrific. So
Mhm.
it gave you a background then.
Right.
Oh, so they must be loving this. That
Yeah.
you're out there and you're doing your own songs. and-
Right. They kind of get it. They tell me what songs to do too. My mom will be like, oh, listen to this artist. My dad will play, you should play one of these songs. You could do it.
Right.
Wow, that's great.
Yeah.
So-
Wow. And then
Yeah,
you
so they
were
have a lot of
saying
suggestions.
that your choir, before you graduated high school, you went to Carnegie Hall?
Oh, no.
Or was that there was something else that we were talking about?
Right. Meister Singers went to
Right,
Disney World.
Disney, that's what
Yeah.
it was. Yes.
Uh-huh. That was so
Yes.
much fun. We had a
Oh,
little
my.
vacation in January. It was wonderful.
Yeah. A working vacation.
Right,
You
yeah.
had to sing. I'm sure you had to practice.
Yeah, we did. We had workshops. It was fun. It was a lot of
I
fun.
was going to say it was probably a lot of fun. You probably got to meet a lot of other people.
Exactly.
Did you get together
Yeah.
with other groups from other schools, or was it just your school your group that was there doing the whole thing?
There were other schools doing other things too. We met a group that was going for a cheerleading competition. We shared a bus with them from the
Oh,
airport
okay.
to Disney World. So that was fun. You got to meet other people.
So there was
Okay,
other
good.
acts.
Yes.
Great.
Mhm.
I guess you could go up there and do your
If
song.
you would show us some of
Yes.
your songs, we
I
would
would
just
love
be
that.
so
Okay.
honored to
Great.
have you do these things.
Thank you. I'll head over there.
After you do a couple of them, maybe we'll come over and speak with you one more time.
Okay. Wow. Wow, wow, wow.
This is what we like, folks. This is what we are here for. Get people like Danielle and let her do her thing.
Yes.
Okay. This first song is called I Can't Hear You. And it's kind of about when you've lost your way and you can no longer hear that voice of reason. Once in a while, you'll find yourself standing in the same place you once were before. Look to the left, look to the right, but nothing is quite the way it used to be. So you're on to me, and you have told me to believe in the power inside of me, but I can't hear you. I can't love me right and love me pure, but honesty takes so much more. I can't hear you. I can't hear you anymore. Once, now and then, you'll find yourself questioning everything you thought to be true. And then you'll say to yourself, I don't like the way the cards have been dealt. The cards have been dealt. Whoa. You have told me to believe in the power inside of me, but I can't hear you. I can't hear you. You love me right and love me pure, but honesty takes so much more. I can't hear you. I can't hear you anymore. Anymore. Once in a while, you'll find yourself standing in the same place you once were before. Thank you. Thanks very much. Okay, this next one is called Always. I've been here before. The story's not new, and yet the feeling comes through. Somehow I find a heart like yours, a heart like yours. I wish I could be the one you need. You don't know how easy I could fall for you. I could fall for you. You don't see what I do when I look at you. It's like I always knew. I understand the choices you make. You give and you take. Still I dream it's me next to you, lying next to you. I wish I could be the one you need. You don't know how easy I could fall for you. I could fall for you. You don't see what I do when I look at you. It's like I always knew. I Thank you. Thanks. Okay, this next one is called Light. Fly away, come and hide away. Run to me in my arms. Face me and embrace me. Hold on to me in your arms. And I'll lie there until the morn. And I'll die there till I turn to stone. You know the way, point me to you. Open up your eyes, it's all you have to do. Hold me tonight, don't let me fall. You are the light, my light. Drift away, turn and run away. Look for me in my eyes. Watch me, follow closely. Search for me in your eyes. And I'll lie there until the morn. And I'll die there till I turn to stone. You know the way, point me to you. Open up your eyes, it's all you have to do. Hold me tonight, don't let me fall. You are the light, my light. Lumia, oh, on me. Lumia, oh, on me. Thank you. Thanks. This next song is called Silhouettes. Staring at silhouettes, reflections we can't see. Tracing the lines just to find some clarity. We want the world to be clear cut in black and white. The sooner we know it's not, we'll give up this fight. But I know the questions are easy to ask, but the answers are hard to find. choose to lie to ourselves just to find some peace of mind. But not this time, this time. No one believes we can change the world anymore. One step to the left and we're pulled right back through the door. And sometimes it feels like the war's already lost. And we have to ask ourselves what's gained and at what cost. But I know the questions are easy to ask, but the answers are hard to find. We choose to lie to ourselves just to find some peace of mind, but not this time. But I know the questions are easy to ask, but the answers are hard to find. We choose to lie to ourselves just to find some peace of mind, but not this time. This time. Thank you. Thanks so much.
Very, very nice. Songs that you're writing are definitely the type of songs that I like to listen to.
Oh, thank
So I really hope that, I don't know if you're looking for record labels to pick you up or, you know, I mean, people, this is what we're putting out here, and this is why this young lady is obviously very talented.
Thank you.
The songs that you write, I can feel emotion with them,
Thanks,
and they're
yeah.
not cookie cutter like a lot of things.
Right.
Right. So you must have had to work very, very hard.
Yeah, I'm kind of a perfectionist, so I write a lot of songs, but I throw them out, you know?
Right.
They're not good enough.
Oh, wow.
I wonder, you know, some of those not good enough songs,
Yeah.
how they would make.
Right.
Have you ever recorded anywhere at all?
Not professionally, just like on my iPhone, things like that.
Do you have anything on YouTube or on Facebook?
Yeah,
or-
I have a couple of videos on YouTube, but I put a lot of things on SoundCloud. It's kind of
Okay.
like a free streaming service.
All
And you
right.
could even like
Okay.
download the songs and put them on iTunes into your
There you go,
iPhone.
people.
Right.
So if you want to
Yeah.
hear more of her music, which I am a fan,
Me too.
I think that I would like to hear some more of your music.
Yes.
I'm gonna look. And
Right.
the last name again, it's Danielle
Danielle Puleo.
Puleo.
Mm-hmm.
P-U-L-E-O.
Yeah,
Puleo.
you got it.
Okay.
Okay, so folks, we want to thank you for watching and thank you for coming on, Danielle.
Thank
And
you.
we will see you all next week.
We're gonna let you play us out.
Yeah,
You
play
don't
us
mind?
out.
I would love that. Thank
All
you.
right, thank you.
Okay.
Good night, everyone.
Good night. This song is called Time. No one ever says the words you want to hear. The words that we need make us realize all our fears in time. And someone cut someone goes and they go. Love can touch us one time and last a